Hey, it's Coach Chris at Capital Fitness. I want you to meet a very special person. Would you introduce yourself and tell the people how much weight you lost?
Sure. Hi, I'm Larry Pierce. I've lost to date 36 pounds working with Chris.
Would you repeat that, sir?
36 pounds. Yeah,
oh
since
my!
we started. Yeah.
36.
Great.
Larry, how does that feel to say?
Oh, it feels awesome. Coming from where I was, and I wasn't losing weight at all, getting really discouraged. Working with you has really been, eye-opening, and it's like learning so many good habits, and taking 36 pounds off is amazing. It makes me feel so great.
Hell yeah, bud. Nice job. Okay, can you just give like a frame of what was your starting weight, where you are now? So I want the people to kind of...
So starting weight, when we started, was 218. My heaviest was probably around 222. And today I'm at 186.
Wow.
After starting with you in October.
That's incredible. Excellent work. Okay, question. Before you started nutrition coaching, what was your biggest struggle with nutrition?
I think my biggest struggle was that I was doing things that I thought should lose weight, and I wasn't. In fact, whatever I was doing, I was actually gaining weight. And it was getting really discouraging, very frustrating. Yeah.
Okay. Was there, I don't know if I ever asked you this question before, my last guy I was interviewing, was there a point, like a threshold where you were like, I really need help, I need accountability, I need structure. Did you have a moment like that?
Yeah, I mean, there was definitely, you could call it an epiphany for me.
Sure. Tell us.
In 2024, I had gone through a surgery, a major heart surgery,
Wow.
To fix, a defect. And I just got to the point where my weight was going up. I kind of looked at myself in the mirror. I didn't like the way I looked. I didn't like the way I felt.
Yeah.
I said, I really need to do something different.
Yeah.
And that's when I turned to you and said, hey, here's what I want to do. What do you got for me?
Yeah. No, I give you a lot of credit, and it takes courage to step up like that and make a change. Great job.
Yeah.
So we started investing in you, Coach, and you reached out to me, and the first few weeks, I reversed your diet. I'd say, I don't know if it was 4 weeks. I had Larry eating more food. What was your experience with that? Did that surprise you?
Yeah, that was real surprising. In fact, even today, I got to tell you, you had bumped me up to around 2,400 calories,
Right.
and I can't eat 2,400 calories. It's just too much food.
Yeah.
But even with the elevated calorie intake, I was surprised that I was starting to lose weight because of the types of calories that I was eating.
Yeah, the types of food. That makes a big difference.
Yeah.
We manipulated Larry's macros, so he's eating more wholesome foods and balanced meals. And your weight was going down eating more, which was like, sometimes people always say it's harder to eat more sometimes than to take away.
Yeah.
So, great job right
Yeah,
there.
it can be.
Okay, so 4 weeks go by, you increase your calories, your metabolism is like rocking. We went into a focused cut phase, which I took away calories.
Yep.
What was your experience with that, and what was your reaction to that, just having less calories?
So when we went into the cut phase, I was surprised that we had dropped to, I think, 1,500 calories. But because I was starting to really watch the types of food that I was eating and where the calories were coming from, I was finding that I wasn't hungry at all. In fact, 1,500 calories was still very satisfying to me because I was eating really lean proteins, lots of vegetables and things like that.
So you were full, you didn't feel like you were starving, you weren't having cravings?
No, I didn't feel like I was depriving myself at all. In fact, it was great, Yeah,
that's awesome. That happens to a lot of people. They eat way too less, they get the cravings, and then they yo-yo back up. Larry had a high metabolism. He cut down to an appropriate calorie range and was still satisfied with the amount of food you were having. Okay, that's awesome to hear. I want the people to realize that. What habits with our coaching made the biggest difference for you, you think? I know obviously eating the whole foods, eating the types of foods made a big difference.
Yeah, so habits, I think, so first thing was accountability. I got to be able to answer to you each week, right?
That's the secret sauce, people.
Yeah, it has a big impact. It really does. That was big. Habits around meal planning, and the MyFitnessPal app that we used, being able to kind of look at the different foods you were going to eat and how much they had for, protein, carbs, fat, and all that kind of stuff. So I got into a lot more habits around meal planning and looking, if we were going to go out to dinner on the weekends, looking ahead at menus and figuring out, what I was going to have that would be healthy for me. And I think probably the two biggest things were my mobility, just steps, right? I mean, the amount of steps, I'm averaging 20,000 steps a day right now.
Oh my gosh.
And then my alcohol intake. So I had a habit of, I would wind down my days at night, with a cocktail or two, watching television. I haven't deprived myself of it completely, but I've stopped having it every night. I have it once a week on the weekends. And the rest of the week, I'm enjoying 0-calorie beer, actually. It's fantastic.
I love it. Yeah. And that's a much healthier choice, and your body was reaping the benefits of that. Yeah, I mean, you said a lot right there. Just going out, planning ahead, make sure you have the right protein. And it's not a diet we're doing macros. Right. Larry got to have what he wanted when he went out, just had to make a few choices and make sure it fit into his budget with his macros, his protein, his carbs, and his fat.
Yep.
Awesome. Can you tell the people, how is this experience, nutrition coaching, different from a lone wolf, them doing it themselves? I know you said the accountability.
Well, I think the first thing is you get results. I'm trying to do it myself. I thought I was doing the right things.
Right.
And
you were gaining more weight.
And I was gaining more weight. It wasn't working. And that's really demotivating, and you kind of say, well, what the hell, what's the point? Why am I doing this?
Sure.
And so, doing the nutrition coaching with you and actually getting results and being down 36 pounds, it's a motivator to keep trying to do more. It
Progress
makes a big
is
difference.
motivation. Nice. All right, I appreciate you reaching out. Last question. Someone's on the fence out here. They're watching this interview. Millions of people, I'm sure. They're on the fence. What would you tell them to get off the fence, get some help?
I think the big thing is just to try it. You really got nothing to lose. I mean, it's an investment in yourself. It's an investment in the people that you care about. And you get results working with Chris, so, I mean, you've got nothing to lose, like I say, other than a lot of weight,
Thank you for that. All right, mic drop right there. All right, we'll put that on the beginning. Great job. I'll put up a before and after of Larry in this video so you guys can see his amazing transformation, and thanks again, Larry.
No problem, anytime.
All right.
Thanks.
Thanks, Don.